Philippe, thanks very much for agreeing to meet SkyChaser today. It's really great to be here at the home of Echelon Air Flight
Yeah,
Training.
welcome.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Can you tell me a little bit more about you, Philippe, before we start talking more about the role?
I'm the founder of Echelon Air Flight Training and started the business a little over 2 years ago. Initially, it was just me and my instructor acumen, and it's grown to encompass also aircraft management and aircraft sales. And now we're doubling down on the flight training side of the business and looking for that perfect chief flying instructor and the perfect instructors to pave the way forward.
What are you passionate about, Philippe?
Oh gosh, passionate about continuing to advance our skill set and continue to advance our own abilities in aviation. So probably cliche to say I'm passionate about flying because I'm sure that we all are here. But very much passionate about continuing to challenge ourselves and continue to challenge our own skill sets, right? We don't want to be comfortable as pilots and as aviators, as aircraft owners. And the way to do that really is to continue to learn and to push yourself. In business, I'm very passionate about customer service. So I'm passionate about making sure that when you're asking somebody to give you, a pound, they're getting something for that pound, and they feel that pound has earned them some value.
Absolutely, and I guess this links nicely into why you founded Echelon Flight Training.
Yeah, I founded it because when I was working for Cirrus Aircraft in a sales capacity, I was constantly butting up against what the flight schools could offer on in-flight training and what my clients were expecting. And so my clients were expecting what I was selling, right, which was a very modern, technologically advanced airplane that was capable of doing all kinds of things and all kinds of traveling. And when they would go to the flight school, they would most often see maybe backwards training practices or really antiquated aircraft. And the worst part for these clients was that they were being wedged into the schedules of the flight school. So I left Cirrus thinking, well, there's got to be a better way to do this flight training. And so in our model at Echelon Air Flight Training, it's very much around the client. And the client sits in the middle, and their training program, it's built for them and for their schedule, for their ability to commit to this endeavor.
Most of your clients are very busy people who have worked hard through all their life.
Yeah, all of our clients are successful, right? They're successful in their own businesses. Maybe they're the founders of the business, or they're successful in a much larger business. But either way, they're successful, right? And they're not successful by chance, right? They're successful because they've worked hard and they appreciate every bit of what they've earned, right? And so they want to have an experience in every facet of their life that demonstrates that success or is an achievement of that, right? So many of them will have second homes in another country, for example. Some of them have yachts. Some of them have much larger aircraft, big jets that they're jet setting around the world, or they're regular users of our charter company. This is our client base, and this is who we service, and yeah, they're demanding.
So very different flying training organization designed around this very different clientele, essentially.
Yeah, they demand different things, right? And at Echelon Air Flight Training, we very much service all pilots, but our main clients are these discerning, dedicated individuals.
How would you describe the culture within your organization, and Philippe?
Sure, the culture at Echelon Air, it's defined by two words: take control. We expect each other to take ownership of their role at the company. It's really that simple. So as an instructor, it's take control of the day of flight training, create the program for the client, take ownership of the client's experience on that day, very much so. It's a very simple organizing thought, take control. But what it does is it challenges us as individuals to perform our best, to be masters of our art, and to be the best we can every single day. As an instructor, some of the great things are, well, first the aircraft. So the aircraft we use are modern Cirrus aircraft. We try to keep them all within the last 3 to 6 years of age, and then cycle our fleet out as we go. They are the safest, the most technologically advanced aircraft in the world, and really the pinnacle of what general aviation has to offer. The other thing that makes working for Echelon Air fun is the flight training experience. By taking ownership of each day of training, the instructor is deciding, where to go, what's sort of on the docket for the day. So if there's a great place to have lunch, then build that into your schedule. We also do minimum of 4-hour bookings, so there's not a time pressure when you're with a client. Right? Most of our bookings are by the day or even over multiple days. And if you have a booking over multiple days with the same client, you really get an opportunity to know them, to understand them, and to watch each phase of their growth, right? Each lesson becomes a valuable lesson because you're spending so much time together. But it also means that you can go places, right? You can either chase the good weather or the bad weather, depending on where you are in a program and what rating they're working on. But you can go and you can travel and you can make going to their second home or going to their yacht part of the training experience. And that serves many, many things, right? First, there's obviously the syllabus you have to go through and the boxes you have to tick about what needs to happen on each lesson. That's the table stakes. That's expected of an instructor, that's expected of a flight school. We can do those things while showing the client what general aviation can do.
Yes.
Right? That you can go to that second home. You can go to Newquay for lunch just because you can.
So rather than spending time around one airfield or one or two local airfields and circuits bashing, for want of a better phrase, you're expecting your instructors to take ownership of the training program, to design something around what not just works for the client in terms of their lifestyle, but also exposes them to more of a wide variety of what it's possible to do with an aircraft.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Each lesson we're trying to do two things. One, sell the next day of flight training, right? And two, sell a career or a lifetime of aviation.
Philippe, what are some of the unique challenges in a chief flying instructor and a normal flying instructor role within Echelon Air?
Sure. Any instructor, be it the chief flying instructor or another one, will be expected to take ownership of the training experience. That's really important, right? The client is spending time with you and is expecting you to manage that day and guide him through the day, right? The student's coming to us doesn't know what he needs to do or she needs to do to become a pilot. That's really what we're doing, right? That we're the experts in that.
And this is not a standard training syllabus, although they have to follow the training syllabus. It's not done in a typical way, I think would be more fair to say.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we look at the training syllabus maybe more as a guide to accomplishing, a training program, right? And within that syllabus, indeed, we have to tick all of those things off, right? And we have to do them in some sort of a sequence, right? You can't teach somebody emergency procedures, engine failures in flight without them understanding how to do constant speed descents, right? So you have to teach constant speed descents, then you can teach them how to do an emergency, glide approach, right? Yeah. And so that's a fundamental training practices, but that's every school does those things, right? Where we set ourselves apart is that we think creatively about how a syllabus that is about teaching straight and level can be used to go somewhere and stretch the horizons of what's possible with our clients. All of our clients come to us because it's fun. That's what we're selling, something fun.
Absolutely.
Right? And each day should be fun. And we should create an experience for them where they come out of it with a smile. And if they've ended a day of training having learned a lot, for sure, being safe, for sure, but also with a big smile on their face, we'll have done our job incredibly well. And that's going to be the challenge for an instructor, right? Is to take on that role of both a teacher, but also a guide, a mentor, and a motivator.
Do you have anything to say to any potential candidates out there about this role, Philippe?
Yeah, look, it's a big role to fill, right? And we're very much at the beginning stages of this growth trajectory that we've now set ourselves on. And any instructor that comes with us is going to be growing in this role, but also taking on a lot of responsibility, right? I'll be leaning on them as the founder of the business to really run our training practice, to set the training programs, to monitor students' progress, and to create the opportunities that they're coming us to do, right? And to stretch their horizons. And that's what their role will be. It's a big role, but the rewards are immense, right? Getting to travel throughout Europe, flying modern aircraft. And the pay also, it's a very good pay for this role, and it's a pay that grows with experience and with the commitment to the role.
and development of the business. Presumably, someone that can help you develop this business and grow it is really important.
Absolutely.
I know you've got some other members on your team. So could you tell us a little bit more about those before I introduce?
Another key person for the instructor will be the operations manager, and for us, that's in the form of Charlotte. And Charlotte comes to us with a lot of private aviation experience and a skill set that's really high in managing clients' expectations and working with a whole different suite of client needs.
I'm the operations manager here. I've been here for about 3 months now, and I'm here to really help with the daily operations of the company, just make sure everything runs smoothly, the clients are all looked after, and just that we try and grow the business as successfully as we can. I really do love it here. You know, it's a really refreshing sort of culture to be part of. It's quite fun. We get to really do things our own way. And it's about thinking outside the box. That's what I love about it. It's the whole we get to think outside the box. It's a lovely place to be. It's very noisy.
It is noisy. We've got Spitfires, I think, taking off in the background, but a great place to work.
A really great place to work. And we always say that no idea is a bad idea, and that's so key in a new sort of work environment and a new company, I think, because you get to be part of it. You get to be part of something really amazing. We're helping to grow the company into something really special, and that's what I really love being part of.
Where do you see the business going in the next 2 years then, Philippe?
Sure, yeah. So first of all, we're going to outlast 2 years. 2 years is a short time frame. But certainly in 2 years, we'll have grown a lot. So we'll have a growing fleet, we'll have more instructors, we'll have more clients, we'll have a growing presence at Biggin Hill and even potentially elsewhere. We'll also have a heavy focus on our heavy focus on scenario-based training. We'll also have maybe spurred some conversations within the CA and modernize other training practices at other flight schools is sort of the hope. But most importantly, we'll have a ton of really cool stories and a lot of cool things to share with folks.
And it sounds like you really want someone to be part of this process. So this isn't your average instructional role where you turn up, fly an aircraft, fly a syllabus and go home. It's much more being part of this journey with Echelon Air by the sounds of things.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want somebody who's committed to the business, committed to their clients, and wants to grow not just with the business, but also with the people they're training.
Great. Philippe, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been great to learn more about Echelon Air, and we'll look forward to finding you the perfect candidate.
Thank you very much.